morning. Welcome back to SV Basic. Okay, this weather is just amazing. So it's time to get barrier coat on these rudders. Not only on the rudders, we'll get some protection on these cassettes. The cassettes are going to be buried in the hull, so I didn't fair those out, but I do want to get some protection on there so we can get over to the haul out facility without any water penetrating through the epoxy. And that's where this comes in. We're using Interlux Interprotect 2000. It's a multi-part epoxy primer designed for above or below the waterline. So this should give us nice protection on both the rudders and the cassettes. We're going to put on multiple coats, build up the thickness to about 10 mil, which should be about 4 layers. We're going to start with probably 2 or 3 today. When we haul out, we'll add another 1 or 2. But since I have to mix up this epoxy, we have one other problem area on the boat that we're going to attack today. And let's go check it out. It's in the upper head. This shower was painted about 5 years ago, and we use it every day. 3 showers a day. The vertical surfaces have been fine. This is Interlux Brightside, and we used an above the water primer. Vertical surfaces look great. It's the horizontal surfaces that over time have failed. The pan, look at this. It's just starting to come apart. So we're going to attack this today as well. I'm going to sand this all out, prep all these surfaces, get new below waterline primer on here on both the pan and the shelves. That attacks all the horizontal surfaces. Then we'll prepare all the vertical surfaces and get a nice new coat of Brightside in here. So let's get started on this. This will be a fun one. I know the girls are excited, aren't you?
You're working on the shower today?
Yeah.
So does that mean we don't get showers today?
You showered yesterday.
Yeah.
Can we go 3 days without showers?
Yes.
I know Emma could.
You can.
3 days it's gonna take?
3 days. But then we have to let it dry too, so maybe 4. So
No, we're gonna have to get creative.
yes, we'll get creative. We can do solar showers outside.
It is not that hot.
I am going to push you into the water and then you'll be clean.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my hands full. Weather's holding out. As long as the girls do, it's time to get to work.
Okay, so I know that I complained about it, but this actually really does need to happen, and I'm super excited that we have the opportunity to do it now than later, because that's just one less project that we have to do. Done.
Okay, one of the first things I'm going to do is break everything out of here. Get the shower rod out, all the hardware out of here. I just have to strip all the plumbing out too before I get sanding. And you can see how bad some of these surfaces are. God. Well, I learned my lesson. Let's see how this below the waterline primer works. Let's get these out of here. Okay, now I need to remove the plumbing. What's nice about our water system is that everything is independent. This manifold allows me to turn off the shower and still keep the rest of the system live. Okay, in the master stateroom, behind the headboard, pull this, gives me access to the shower plumbing. Nice and easy. So let's make this disconnection and pull this off. Okay, I think I have everything all ready. Everything's stripped out, all the hardware's off, plumbing's off. It's nice that, look at this. I took the plumbing, the shower's off, but yet we still have water. It's a great system. I did leave the light fixtures in. I'm not going to paint the ceiling. I'm just going to run up to the ceiling light. Okay, let's get sanding on this because these rudders are itching for some primer. Well, I just spent an hour sanding this pan with 60 grit. And I'm exhausted. The spots that failed, I was able to sand that out and taper it back. But out here in the field, even with 60 grit, this bright side just was durable as heck. I mean, I really worked this over and I couldn't get through it. I'm sure if I just kept grinding and grinding away, eventually I'd get through it, but it's amazing how well it stuck here, but didn't here. So that, I know, I start to think, did I have some epoxy blushing happening below the surface here? I don't know. It is kind of weird that it only happened on horizontal surfaces in the shower. So it could have been a combination of chemicals from the shampoos, maybe? Blushing? Standing water? Who knows? Let's get this pan primered. I'm beat. Day's going by fast too. We gotta get some primer down. Well, I'm all set to start this epoxy primer, but the wind just picked up out here. I don't want to be spraying primer all over the cockpit, so I'm gonna wait for the wind to die down. In the meantime, I've got another project I'm gonna dive down here and do, because I can't waste a good day like this. See, I just laid this out. This is gonna be a new access point to get into this sealed area. Linkage goes in there and I need access, so I'll cut these in. Okay, let's see how these fit. Should work out pretty good. Gives me nice access into this area now. Okay, we're getting there. Well, it feels like the wind's dying down a bit. Maybe another few minutes. So I'll dive down and cut out this other one. Okay, that was easy. Well, the wind's not dying down. Got a nice breezy, probably 20 going right now. Looked at the forecast, they're saying it's gonna build to 30 and gusting to 40 here in a couple hours, so I can't risk it tonight. So I'll do this first thing tomorrow morning. has died down. It's a beautiful day. Nice and calm. It's time to get this primer going. We'll mix up this epoxy primer, get a nice coat on the rudders and on the pan for the shower. Be kind of exciting. Let's get going. Okay, it's time to mix up the primer here. So what we're going to do is mix a 3-to-1 ratio. Make sure they're both thoroughly stirred. This stuff is really thick. Once you mix it on a 3-to-1 by volume, you want to let it sit for about 20 minutes before you apply it. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. Everything's prepped, ready to go. Let's get some of this down. Okay, I just finished the pan in there. I'm rushing out here. Want to get all this applied before this epoxy starts kicking off. So let's get a coat on these rudders too. I actually like how smooth this product goes down.
So I've been doing a lot of schoolwork today, and I wanted to come hang out outside and see what my dad's up to. Hello, what are you doing?
Just finishing up here.
Looks so nice. Oh my goodness.
You like it?
Yeah,
Okay, there's the first coat almost done.
I know. Isn't it gonna be gray after this or no?
Black after this.
Black. Oof, this is gonna look nice.
What do you think? You like it?
It's great.
Okay.
Whew.
Okay, the first coat's on.
Man, there is something about new paint that makes me so happy. This is 2 coats of primer or barrier coat, and then tomorrow we'll probably do the top coat. And Teal's out there layering up more barrier coat on the rudders. How much more?
This is the last coat for tonight. Let these cure overnight, and a couple coats on the other sides tomorrow.
Look all nice and shiny. It does.
Getting there, huh?
It's so pretty. Do we have to put it in the water?
If you want to steer.
Yeah, I do. So at this point, anytime we have extra paint, Teal hops in and tries to find any raw areas to prime up for paint. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What was that?
Tight to get in here.
I could have done that. My arm's a lot smaller than yours. Not as long.
You can do the next round.
You gonna hop over to the other side?
I don't think I have enough. I'll have to do that on the next round.
Okay, looks good. Keep going. Call me if you need anything.
I will. Okay, good morning. Here we go. Multiple coats of epoxy primer. It's all dry, prepped for paint. So let's get going. Be exciting to have this shower back. Even after I paint this, it's still going to be probably 3 days of curing before we could even use this. Maybe 4, we'll see. So I'm getting a little pressure from the girls to get moving on this. Okay, let's take a look at this, how it turned out. Much nicer. This is the first coat. I'll put 2 more coats on. But look at this pan. Much better now. Rudders have my barrier coat. I'm still working on those cassettes over there. Let me show you what I'm doing with those. I have to run a couple bolts through here to hold these temporarily till we get over to the haul out facility. So I've taken a fiberglass reinforced epoxy tubes, oversized the hole, and I'm epoxying these in. Then once this kicks off, I'll be able to sand this flush. Then I'll be able to run a nice 3/8 bolt, stainless bolt through here. And that'll help support it. There's a couple of other fasteners as well. And I'll show you how those work when I install these. Okay, this epoxy's cured nicely. Now, just a matter of trimming these off. So I put these on so when I run my bolts through, it creates a sealed hole, so no moisture can get into the core of this. Okay, those are nice and clean now. Can run a bolt through there and that core will stay nice and dry. It's been a full 24 hours. I had heat in here overnight and the paint has cured nicely. You can feel it. It's not totally rock hard, but you need to wait at least 18-20 hours before the next coat. I'm going to put another coat in the shower here, but first I have to scuff it with 220 grit. So I'll go over this whole shower, scuff it up, and get another coat on this morning. Okay, I went over the whole surface. Now I'm going to use a tack cloth and 333. Not much. Just wet it down and lightly go over all the surfaces here. It'll clean it up, get all the dust off, and prepare the surface in case I have any greasy fingerprints from touching it just now. Then we'll put on one more coat. It's supposed to rain later today, so I'm glad I'm getting all my painting done first. There we go. We'll let the shower cure for the day. Meanwhile, I'll work outside while I can. I've set up, flipped the rudders. I'm gonna put 2 coats of barrier coat today on the rudders. And now on my cassettes, I have my inserts are all sanded smooth, so I could put a couple coats on these as well. Going back to the inner protect, I've mixed it up, 3-to-1 ratio. It's been sitting about 20 minutes, so I gotta get going. Well, it's sunny now, but in the middle of the night, we had a couple of rain showers pass through. So I had to scramble and put our rudder and cassettes in the guest stateroom. Keep them dry while this epoxy's curing. Should be real close, but just wanted to make sure. In the meantime, it's a new day. Let's get to work.
So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm a little sick. of this project. I'm ready for it to be done. This is the final undercoat, and Teal is in here using up whatever he has left over. And I want to convince him to start on the next step, which is dropping the dinghy into the water and running that rod through. Is it a tie bar?
A tie bar, yeah.
What do you think? Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
How about tomorrow? I'm kind of busy.
Come on!
I know. It's the next step. We got to get that tie bar in so I can start doing the linkage.
Sometimes he's just not fun. So you guys know that the past couple days our shower has been out of commission, which means no showers on board. But we've been really lucky because Teal's mom actually has her houseboat here in the same marina. So we get to take showers at the end of the day after all the epoxy and painting work. Emma was looking forward to not showering this whole time.
But at least I get to like spend the night at my grandmother's because of all the fumes and stuff.
Yeah, so we're just getting this all polished up because it has been 3 days for that paint to really harden and is all ready for all the hardware to get back in. But before that, we're polishing this up, and we're using Neverdull, and I don't know what is in this, but you guys, it works amazing. So get polishing.
Not too bad of a walk to the shower. Grandma's is right over there. And probably about 100 yards away. If that. While she's taking a shower, I'll get some work done. Let her hang out with Grandma.
Seriously, for days, he has been studying his rudders and tweaking it and looking at it, staring at it. I don't know what else he can do, because at this point, all we can do is drop it in the water and see if it works. And yet he's still out there. So, you guys know that we have been out of commission with our shower for the past 4, going on 5 days. And I am anxious to get this back in action. Yes, I could do this myself. I don't think it's that hard. Because how hard can plumbing be? It's already all set up. And so all we have to do now is just tack it in and make sure that nothing leaks, right? I mean, how hard can it be? It's just plumbing. But Teal insists that he needs to be here to supervise or make sure that everything goes in place, because in his mind, it'll take me probably 3 to 4 hours, and it'll take him probably 15 minutes. It's probably true, but I'm gonna give him a friendly reminder that our shower doesn't work. What do you think, Compass?
Okay, I'm happy with how this turned out. It's been a few days. We've had heat in here, really baking this paint. So it's time. I think we're going to be safe to start showering again in here. So let's get this place put back together. So I'm real happy how that shower turned out. You know, that first paint lasted about 5 years, and if this lasts that long, I'll be happy too. We are using it every day. Keeping up on the maintenance on this boat while we're still pushing ahead, it's a lot of work. but I feel good about what we did this last week. Rudders are ready for installation. The shower's done. Gonna tackle putting the hardware in this next week. We're busy people. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And it's amazing. We're coming up on 13,000 subscribers. It's hard to believe there's that many people in the world that want to watch our story, but we'll keep plugging along and hopefully our channel keeps growing. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends. That'd be nice. And we'll just keep making them if you guys keep watching them. So we'll catch you next week.
Sit. Down. Down. Roll over. Good boy. Over here. Sit. Sit. Down. Roll over. Good boy.